Hey guys, Matt Montanez here again with another plugins in-depth video, and today I'm going to talk to you about the FG-Stress by Slate Digital. I'm actually super excited they finally brought out a plugin version on this compressor. It's a complete emulation of Empirical Labs FG-Stressor, and it sounds amazing. It's an incredible piece of gear to have, and now that they have the plugin and they're saying it sounds identical, I'm super stoked to try it out and show you guys what it can actually do. And this will be a great plugin to always keep inside your plugins and have it under your belt and use it. I would say use it more times than you would actually want to use it because it just sounds great. It's awesome to have. It'll really make your vocals sound rich, fat, and really in your face, and that's what you're always going for. That's why you add parallel compression, you're adding an 1176 with an LA2A at times, you're throwing in the RVOX here and there just to bring it out in your face, and this compressor can do that. If you slap this bad boy on bass, you can really get it to cut through your mix and really get that bass to poke out and really stick through, especially like on smaller speakers. It sounds great. And that's really because of like a lot of the settings you can play with to get those harmonics to cut through. When you add this guy to something more like kicks and snares, you can really tell that it adds some punch and it's really going to be cool. I'm going to actually put this on a drum loop I have. I'm going to put it on a big choir sound like group vocals, and I'm also going to throw it on a rap vocal so you can hear what it can do with these different types of elements. So as you bring it up in the virtual mix rack here, you can see that you got your input, you got an attack, a release, an output, you got your ratio button to go through different ratios, you got two different high pass filters, you got a bell curve, you got two different distortion buttons, and you got a link button, and then you got your mix knob. For your input and outputs, basically your input is telling how much you want the signal to go into the plugin. Your output's more like a makeup gain type of deal there. If you hold shift and you click the input or the output and you move it, then you can see that it links both knobs. So it's really cool. So you can use it more like line level type of deal to really get the sound of the emulation. And you got your attack button, which goes to 10 or 0. And if you look here, how it's saying it has opto to 10. So if you set it to 10, then it switches it to like an opto compressor, which is really, really cool to keep in mind. The release is similar, but you have to go to 0 and it switches it to the opto setting. And then you got your ratio, which goes from 1:1 to a nuke setting. And that nuke setting is like a limiter setting. So it's really cool to try it out on room mics, vocals, anything really. Just try it out and hear how it sounds. You got two different high pass filters, and these high pass filters are slightly different. So the left one you got here does an 86 Hertz roll off at 6 dB per octave, and the right one does an 80 Hertz roll off at a 18 dB per octave. And then you got a bell section here, which adds 6 kilohertz to this compressor, so it's going to add that mid sound there. What this link button does is if you're putting it on a stereo track, which I'm doing for this drum loop, it's going to link the left and right side to sound exactly the same, or else you got to set them differently. So it works only for stereo tracks. And you got two different distortion settings here, which you can see that you cannot have them active at the same time. And what it is there are two different harmonic sounds. So it's something really cool to play with just to hear the difference on this compressor. And then you got your mix knob, which it just goes from 0% to 100%. That's all that really does. Really cool stuff. So I'm going to throw it on this drum loop first, and let's check out what it's doing, and let's see how it sounds. I'm going to put everything back to default. And you can hear, as soon as I just activate it, the drums already pop out a little bit more. And that's really cool. It's actually making the drums come to life, and they sound really, really good with this compressor on. I actually wish I had this when I did mix this song originally. It sounds amazing. let's try it on this bass line here and let's see what we get. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's put it on this bad boy here and let's see what else we can do with this plugin. I'm loving it so far. And it sounds great. I mean, it sounds amazing. This compressor is amazing. Let's throw it on these gang vocals now and see what it's going to do. Let's see if it brings it to life or makes them stick out a bit. And we got quite a bit gang vocals. So we got all these going down to down here. So let me highlight these guys, or girls actually.
Need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, that I need you to walk with me, need you to walk with me, that I.
That sounds incredible. I love it. And as you can tell, I have no plugins, nothing else going on this track. It's just that distressor. And that's what's making this sound really cool. Like, it's just the distressor on there. Let's hear it on some rap vocals now. And this is a mono signal here, so let's see what it does.
Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity, feet on the ground firm. Thank God for.
and it's really bringing that vocal more forward. It sounds great. I'm gonna push this compressor harder now and let's see what we can get.
Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity. Feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity. Feet on the ground firm. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this.
And as you can hear, now that I'm pushing it more, it's really making the vocal more fatter, a little more rich.
Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy.
And it just pops forward right in your face. It sounds awesome.
Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity, this moment of honesty, this particular therapy in a place where people act carelessly, think carefully. No popularity's not equal to prosperity. Feet on the ground firm.
All right, guys, I hope this helped you out a little bit to understand some of these controls and functions and just to hear what this compressor sounds like just on a basic home recording. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys like this video and take care.